Alrighty, this is the Miami Champions game 2, or week 2, game of the week rather. And we're going to be looking at one of the few games that we won. Got to hand it to the Chessbrahs. They got a mean lineup. They handed our butts to us pretty viciously in an 11-5 just thrashing. We'd lost the match at the end of round 3 of 4. They didn't even need to play their last 4 games to beat us. That's how bad it was. But, I mean, honestly, in the first 2 weeks, we've been completely luckless. Like, the game of the week winner, Daniel Fernandez, he was handing Eric Hansen his butt in the first game. And in time trouble, they started repeating moves. And Fernandez, like a boss, went for the win and then immediately dropped a piece because they were both under 20 seconds. And anything can happen in a scramble. But, you know, dropping rooks help opponents. But overall, he played very mean. And he was out for blood in the last round when the games only counted for our overall standings. So let's take a look at this wicked Sicilian beating that Fernandez handed Rob van Kampen, who is one of, I would say, the most well-prepared Sicilian players for the structure that we're going to look at. So, all normal stuff, just like you guys play with the Kan, a lot of you. And now, Van Kampen did a video series for chess24.com on the Taimanov Sicilian, which is knight c6. And he is a second to Anish Giri, who is one of the top 6 players in the world right now. And Giri is the #1 player who plays the Taimanov on a regular basis. So, needless to say, if you're like 2650 and you're assisting a guy who's 2750 with his openings, you're going to know some stuff. And on Chess24 in that video series, he really showed some new ideas and some stuff. So the first mistake, I think, is him not playing his normal. He went into this Kan. And then, after Queen c7, Fernandez played a move that is like number 8 in the choices. And as a Kan player, I'd never seen this. He played Queen f3. And this is what I wanted to show you, because I think this is something you could get behind, because the ideas are pretty straightforward, and this gets nasty super quick. And here is the opportunity to go back into the Taimanov. And normally you see bishop e3, and Giri had been playing knight e5, and after queen g3, h5, and he has a plus score in the database in this position. So that's what I thought. Especially in hindsight's 2020, I felt he should have went with prep here and went into stuff that I know he's seen and knows how to play. But he decided to play b5. And this is a position that I felt like you guys could get into. So you needed to be aware of how sometimes b5 this early can be a major freaking liability, and you can get your butt handed to you. So bishop f4. And already it's like, this doesn't feel right. The bishop doesn't normally go on f4. And there's tactics involved with if e5, knight d5, and you just keep attacking the guy. And we'll see after castle's queenside this idea. Bishop b7 was played in the game. But say if e5, knight d5, knight b3, and it looks like you're just giving away the b. But the knights are just mean. You didn't want to go with knight b6. You keep the pressure. e5. And it's just like black's so tied up he can't do anything. And this is a +2 position for white. Like, the back breaks real quick here. So like if bishop b7, rook c7, and it's over. So rolling it back to the game position, bishop b7, and this is a novelty. Congratulations, but sometimes even the best players, when they play a new move, in theory, it's doo-doo. He hits them with the tactics, and this is good. It checks out with the engine, because notice the difference between the two positions. White is completely developed, castled, and attacking. Black is still messing around with his king in the middle. This is how you die against aggressive players. 2 pawns for the piece. 3 pawns for the piece. Knight a6, just trying to hold on. Tactics all day. Got to stop the mate. Knight d6. Turning it. Turning that screw, man. King g8. Didn't want it. Didn't want the b. Gets everybody into the attack. It's a bad man. Knight c5. Grabs on f7. Getting ready to set up more tactics. He wanted to take on f7 to start with, but the reason rook d1 was needed to protect the d6 knight. Threaten mate. Only move. Alright, so I'll let you guys have this one as a tactics problem. What would you do here? White to play and win. See if you can find the continuation that very strong international master Daniel Fernandez found in this game. What you got, Braden? Queen takes c5. I'll play queen takes c5, and if you go rook d8 check, I'm going to go king takes f7 and laugh at you. Oh, dropping rooks. Good try, though. Same kind of theme. You're almost there. Should you take the bishop with the rook? And then knight takes? And then you take the queen. And then knight takes? You're there. And then?
And then you got this.
What's the most forcing thing that we do?
Check,
the first one. Check.
Move the rook to the back.
Yep. Excellent. So in the game, he played rook takes b7, queen takes, and then resignation, because if knight takes, rook d8 check, and this is more than enough material to clean up, and that's a lot of pawns. That's just so many pawns. So that is our game of the week. Join us again next week as, hopefully I have more positive news. I mean, if we win, I tell you what, I may even do 2 games. It could be. I'm just saying. Like, we need to get some W's on the board, gentlemen.